This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Kraft Mac and Cheese is better than 90s hip-hop. We'll remind you of your childhood without making you feel incredibly old. Kraft Mac and Cheese. Best thing ever.
This podcast is the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Jesse.
How's it going, everybody?
And today we are bringing you another mobile suit, which this time around we are going over the Narrative Gundam and all of its equipment packs, because this the majority of the time you see the Narrative, it's in one of its equipment packs. And they all do something different, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. But the Narrative's really cool, not gonna lie, because this is from a film. This is from Narrative NT, which is the sequel to Gundam Unicorn, which was an OVA. Or was it OVA or ONA? How do they... I think it's OVA, right?
My guess would be ONA because narrative, but...
Okay, it's one of the two. Because it was technically a movie, but they separated it up into like 6 episodes.
Yeah, they're just saying animated film on here. Don't say animated film.
Well... Anyway, the RX-9 Narrative Gundam is the titular mobile suit of the Mobile Suit Gundam Narrative and is piloted by Jonah Basta. Yeah, I don't know, it's one of the two. It's OVA or ONA. To me, they're the same thing. Right? OVA is original video animation. What's ONA? Original narrative animation?
Something like that.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Also, like, super choppy. There we go.
You're back.
Maybe.
You were, like, completely frozen on my end.
Yeah, it's been super choppy, and I don't know why.
Okay. Well, going into his technology and combat characteristics, so the mobile suit was made by Anaheim Electronics and is developed as a prototype for the RX-93 New Gundam. Interesting. This mobile suit was developed years before it was ever used. Testing the Psycho frame and many portions of his bodies are made from identical parts. Because it was intended mainly as a test bed for the data collection, there are many areas that have not been equipped with armor, leaving the frame structure exposed. Which, not gonna lie, looks kind of cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The base machine is armed only with head Vulcans, and during Operation Phoenix Hunt, it uses a variety of interchangeable armaments provided by Luo & Co. Their narrative cockpit lacks the standard 360-degree panoramic monitor and is set in the core block system that can detach and change into a core fighter during emergency. It is also secretly fitted with the New Type Destroyer System, or NTD, for the operation. Which, if you know anything about NTD, go listen to our Unicorn Gundam episode, which we did in Season 2, I think. Is that Season 2 or Season 3? One of the seasons. Season 2. It was Season 2. That's what it was. So, like I said, the only armament it has is the 60mm Vulcan guns. That's literally it. It's very basic.
Yeah.
It's more basic than a gym. So...
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And then it does have some special equipment features, such as the core block system, which a lot of the, the Gundam, the original Gundam, the RX-78 has a core block system, same as the gun tank and even the gun cannon. Even later versions of said Gundams have core block systems. Heck, the mobile suit we went over last week, the Impulse, has a core block system. And that's from a different universe.
Yeah. Which I feel like it's kind of a common thing to go like back and forth now that I think about it.
Absolutely. So next we have its features is the new type destroyer system, or NTD. So the new type destroyer, or NTD system, is an anti-new type system developed by the Earth Federation and originally used on the RX-0 series, which is the Unicorn and the Banshee, and as well as the Phoenix. The system works as using the psychoframe built in the mobile suit's body to seek out new type brainwaves. Should one be found, the NTD system activates, improving the mobile suit's overall performance and allowing it to hijack enemy new type weaponry. However, the system has a number of flaws, among them in the fact that it doesn't discriminate between real new types and cyber new types. True, like it can't tell between what's real and what's not. Ironically, because of the massive stress it causes to the pilot, a new type is the best user for the system. Perhaps the greatest flaw is its automatic response, as the NTD activates automatically when a new type opponent is detected. Once active, it will attempt to attack even against the pilot's wishes. However, those with strong enough will can control the system, allowing it to decide when it foes or does not activate, and preventing the aggressive behavior even when the system is active. An example of this is Menager Lynx, who, has a strong enough will to control NTD to where generally the NTD is a red psychoframe. When he is in full control, it turns green. To where he's in full control of it.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
What's really sad about NTD is a new type has to use it. Like, new type destroyer system, but a new type has to use the system because it causes too much stress on a standard pilot that's not a new type. Downside is, by the time the Unicorn is used, there's a lot of new types in the world.
So many.
Compared to like when it was being tested for the the new Gundam, the RX-93. During like Amuro's and Char's time, there wasn't as many, but they were still like they were popping up more often. But like by the time of Unicorn, they're like all over the place. There's new types left and right. So we do have some variants. We have the Narrative Gundam A, B, and C packs, which we're going to go over. With the A pack first. So with the technology and combat characteristics of the A pack, so the RX-9A Narrative Gundam A pack is a state where the RX-9 Narrative Gundam is equipped with a high mobility optional armaments. The optional unit are attached mainly around the legs, and when the various boosters concentrated to the point where the back of the mobile suit is gained the acceleration nearly equal to the RX-9 Unicorn Gundam 03 Phoenix. Yeah, so this is the third version of the Unicorn, which it's honestly insane. You think the Unicorn and the Banshee were insane. This one's even crazier because of the freaking fin shields it can
Phoenix
use.
is cool.
So its armaments are also unique, having both melee weapons and firearms, such as the large beam sabers, a 5.2 medium missile pods, high mega cannon, as well as a special combined armament known as the Psycho Capture. The Psycho Capture is a special armament used to capture the Phoenix by interfering with the mobile suit's psycho waves and immobilizing it in a field created by the armament. The Narrative Gundam equipped with the APACs are deployed in the Phoenix Hunt operation to capture the Phoenix. Yeah, your computer hates you today.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the internet.
Going into its armaments, it has the 60mm Vulcan gun. Still, because it's in the head unit. Mounted as the Narrative Gundam's head, the pair of Vulcan guns are mainly intercepting incoming missiles, rockets, destroying mobile suit sensors, and engaging lightly armed vehicles. It has beam sabers this time around, so the pair of beam sabers are close range combat. That are kind of the combining section that links the Narrative Gundam's rear waist armor to the rear section of the APAC. Has a high mega cannon, which is a powerful beam cannon built in the center and the front waist armor, which is pretty cool. Has a 5.2 medium missile pod, so there are 3 5.2 missile pods capable of firing medium-sized missiles on the left and right sides, resulting in a total of 6 pods. The pods on both sides can rotate and subsequently fire from the pod on the top. Their hatches are plunged when fired, so that way it doesn't it loses weight after it fires them. Which, if you look at the APAC, can give the narrative more speed. It has the Psycho Capture, so this is the most iconic feature of the APAC. This special armament is specifically designed to capture the Phoenix. When in use, its 2 capture units move to the tip and open the claws to create a capture field, a special octanidal field that traps the Phoenix by interfering with psycho waves and immobilizing it. The armament is quite similar to the Razanzulu's Psycho Jammer, which is used to incapacitate the Unicorn Gundam by trapping it in an octanidal psycho field. The capture unit can also deflect the Phoenix's psycho fields by generating small barriers from the claws, which is pretty cool. It has a large beam saber, so this large beam saber can be formed from the tips of the Psycho Capture. They have their own generators and are capable of firing beams as well. So, yeah, this thing is like a moving capture net, essentially. It's all the APAC is really used for. With some special equipment features, it has a core block system again, and it has grappling cables. So these are mounted in the left hand and is a cable used to latch onto other units. When in use, the left index finger shifts down to prevent obstruction. It is strong enough to restrain the Unicorn Gundam Phoenix in its unicorn mode, which, if you know anything about the unicorn mode, it's extremely powerful because it's in TD mode. That's what, unicorn mode is when it's not in TD mode. That's what I meant. Its horns are 1, not not in its V fin.
When it doesn't have the V.
Yeah, you don't want it to have its V fin. That's bad. Especially like when we see the unicorn activated for the first time, people flipped out because oh crap, it's a Gundam. Shit. And everybody was freaking out. And I was like, oh, that they didn't exist anymore. Which is weird, by the way. It's like Unicorn's not that far off from like in the UC timeline to where oh, Gundams are like not a thing.
Gone.
Like they're like relics of the past. It's like this is like 15 years ago that you guys had a freaking Bright still alive in his 50s.
Yeah.
Like
which is also hasn't been that long. Crazy, by the way.
He's like in his 40s or 50s. It's not been that long.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
All right, and then UC 0097, the Unicorn Narrative Gundam APAC, intervened in the Salazar's unit's capture of the RX0 Unicorn Gundam 03 Phoenix at Side 4. The Salazar unit ensured the newcomer's affiliation, moved aside, and took cover, getting hit by the Narrative Gundam APAC's attack. The two Gundams kept pace with each other while Jonah Basta attempted to use the APAC's armaments to capture the Phoenix. He almost succeeded when he trapped the Phoenix using the Psycho Capture, however the Phoenix managed to break out of it. Despite getting desperate, Jonah used the grappling wire on the Narrative Gundam's left hand to attach itself to the Phoenix. Despite being ordered to use the high mega cannon on the Phoenix, Jonah refused to do so after hearing Rita Bernal's voice from the Phoenix. He used the Narrative Gundam's beam saber to cut the wire, and then fired the high mega cannon to force Salazar's unit away from the escaping Phoenix. The battle left the APACs heavily damaged, and it was removed from the narrative in the Damascus hangar. Now, Rita is a childhood friend of Jonah, and she is the pilot of the Phoenix. Were they? Yeah, were they friends? Pretty sure they were friends.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Similar childhood to Jonah.
think that's why he
orphanage. Yeah. Yeah, they were childhood friends. They grew up in an orphanage together. So, yeah. There's some new type
fuses.
So what?
Yeah.
Huh? You cut out there.
That's what she is.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately.
All right. But there we go. That's the standard. That's the base unit with the APAC. Well, we're going to take a quick mid-break, thank our listeners, and we'll be right back to discuss the next two.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, oh yeah, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Amazon presents Jeff versus Taco Truck Salsa. Whether it's Verde, Roja, or the orange one. For Jeff, trying any salsa is like playing Russian roulette with a flamethrower. Luckily, Jeff saved with Amazon and stocked up on antacids, ginger tea, and milk. Habanero? More like habanero, yes. Save the everyday with Amazon.
All right, welcome to the Middle Show. We're talking about everything with podcasts has nothing to do with the lore of Gundam. Here, we want to thank all our amazing listeners. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show and listening to the show because we shot up in popularity out of nowhere. Highly appreciate that. And if you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Gundam Lorecast, where you can get free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can also leave us ratings and reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple with some words or a nice Spotify comment. Read out loud next time on the show, which, you know what? I forgot to check Apple. Let's see here. We got another 5-star from GB4 fan 78-2. Can you please make an episode about the Zeta C1 Plus transformable mass-produced mobile suit? You know what? We haven't done many mass-produced mobile suits.
No, we have not.
Shoot, I don't think we've done
one. We did the Zaku.
We did the Zaku and the Goof. That's it.
Did we do the gym?
I don't think we did the gym. I don't know how we missed the gym. Oopsies. I know what I'm going to be making show notes next for. But yeah, thank you for that awesome review. And if you also want to, you can go to a few different Discord servers. You can go to the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcast in Discord, which, you know, all the shows I host are the Dragon Ball Lorecast, the Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So much. And do we have any news? I don't think there's really anything news-wise, is there?
Have more unhinged merchandise.
Oh,
that's all I
boy.
have.
Also, I do have news on STG Generations. They're adding, when you actually hear this episode, the update will be live to where they're actually adding Narrative NT onto it. So the Gundam we're talking about today will be in the game.
Yeah, there we go. The unhinged merchandise of the week is for, oh god, that's like $30, 22,000 yen. That's like $15-20 something ish. You can get a Mobile Suit Gundam Sailor Char Aznavour edition fountain pen.
A pen.
It's a fountain pen.
A fountain
It's fancy.
pen?
It's
fancy. It's a fancy pen.
It's got a design that is stamped with Char's Zaku in gold foil.
Why?
Why not?
I guess that was a low bar. That was a fair assumption. I don't know why I said that.
I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of want this. How much would it be to ship this here?
Let's see. Is this the She Gundam? There's some new Mobile Suit.
There are some new Gunpla.
There's new Gunpla coming out due to the Hathaway Sorcery of Nymphs Circe coming out, new high grades. 2 types of Strictly Mobile Suit Gundam C Sukajan. I have no idea what that is. Oh, they're jackets. Probably too expensive. Strict G is, by the way, expensive.
Very expensive. They're usually cool items, though.
Oh, I forgot. The new Phantom Aria for the Gundam TCG is out now. Which, funny enough, has the unicorn in it. So, that's pretty cool. I forgot those came out this past Friday. Or was that Saturday? I don't remember.
That I do not
No,
know.
Saturday.
And
that was Saturday. 25th.
I do not see. Wait, that's crazy. The actual nib on the end of it, because it's a fountain pen, has laser etched into it the Principality of Zeon emblem.
Really?
That is crazy. And unfortunately, when you click the link, it takes you to Premium Bandai, and then Premium Bandai doesn't show it on the USA store.
Apparently there's new pre-orders for the Mobile Fighter G Gundam Fun Psyche t-shirt, acrylic stand, and keychain. What? 4,400 yen. How much would that be?
It's like 130 or 140 yen is $1.
Okay. It's around like 40 some bucks.
Roughly.
Okay. Well, there you go. Some unhinged
159
merch.
now.
Oh boy. Well, there you go, everybody. Have fun pre-ordering stuff from Premium Bandai for a lot of money. That's not.
Oh, I'm bad at math.
What?
4,400 is about $30. 44,000 is about 300. So 10 adds a lot of big things. I'm bad at math.
That pin's stupid.
So that pin's about $140, and I kind of still want it, but it doesn't take you to the website to buy it, so I'm not going to get it.
Yeah,
and we're going to use that as my reason that I'm not going to get it, because that I probably wouldn't stop with the price.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's get back into more of the narrative.
Marvel Television's Wonder Man, an 8-episode series, now streaming on Disney+.
A superhero remake, not exactly what we'd expect from an Oscar-winning director.
Action! Simon Williams, audition for Wonder Man.
I'm gonna need you to sign this, assuming you don't have superpowers.
I'll never work again if anyone found out.
My lips are sealed.
Marvel Television's Wonder Man. All 8 episodes now streaming, only on Disney+.
Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teenaccounts.
All right, now we have the Narrative B Pack. So, with technology and combat characteristics, the Narrative Gundam equipped with the backpack containing a pair of wire-guided assault units. The wired guided assault units are connected to the backpack via cables and are controlled through them. However, once the Narrative's NTD system activates, the assault units function as wireless remote weaponry. A small shield was built in missiles, is also mounted on both arms, and the B-Packs has a few beam weaponry as it was designed for combat inside space colonies. So a little bit
I don't want to blow a hole in that and kill everybody.
Right.
Again.
Right. Again, yes. Not like we see it multiple times. But yeah, this one's specifically designed for more of a combat-oriented style rather than capture. So with its armaments, it has the 60mm Vulcan gun, which we've gone over. It has a pair of beam sabers stored on the rear waist armor. It does have a small shield, so this is mounted on both forearms. The pair of small shields resemble the top half of the shield used by the RGM-89 G-Gun, which small shields also has a pair of built-in quadruplet missile launchers and can fire up to 8 small missiles, which is pretty cool. Yeah. You gotta love a shield that has weapons.
Yes.
And then it has its wire-guided assault unit. So the backpack of the Narrative Gundam B-Packs is equipped with 2 wire-guided assault units, which are wired remote-controlled weaponry unique to this mobile suit. Jonah referred to them as simply as ICOMs, because besides firing beam shots from the center sections, these remote weaponries can also be used as jamming weapons and are equipped with psychojammers to specifically trap and immobilize the RX-0 Unicorn Gundam Phoenix within a special octane dual field. The cables are wire-guided assault units supply the remote weaponry with propellant, but when the Narrative NTD system activates, these cables can be severed to allow the wire-guided assault units to function as wireless remote weaponry. So it doesn't necessarily need the wires once it goes to NTD mode. Special equipment features, it has the core block system as well as NTD, which I'm not going to rehash NTD again.
Yeah.
Now going into its history, so the Narrative Gundam B-Packs was deployed alongside the Sahara unit and tracking the RX-0 Unicorn Gundam Phoenix to Side 6's Metis colony, where they unexpectedly encountered a secret Republic of Zeon team that were masquerading as the Neo-Zeon remnants, the Sleeves. The Narrative Gundam B-Packs then fought the enemy Sinaju Stein, whose pilot Zoltan Kenan caused multiple damages to the colony during the fight. The Phoenix eventually intervened in the battle to save the Narrative Gundam B-Packs. However, the Phoenix appearance also triggered the Narrative Gundam's secret NTD system to activate, surprising its pilot Jonah Basta, who was unaware about the system. The NTD system took over the mobile suit and attacked the Phoenix despite Jonah's best effort to hold it back. Fending off Jonah's anger with his inability to stop the Narrative Gundam B-Packs, as well as the failure to save Rita Bernal in the past, the NTD system summoned the nearby NZ-999 to Neo Zong to cause the Narrative Gundam B-Packs to shred its B-Packs equipment for docking with a massive mobile armor. Which, yeah. That's intense. And the Neo Zong is like, funny enough, if you play GB4, you actually fight one of the 4, what do they call them? The 4, not 4 lords. Oh shoot, I can't remember what they're called. They're with the top 4 players next to freaking the guy who takes over GB4. He pilots a master gun, a master Gundam that has parts from Burning Gundam, which is funny. And he docks with a Neo Zong to have a boss fight with you.
Yeah.
So luckily, Jonah's rage subsided thanks to Rita's remaining presence in the Phoenix, and Narrative Gundam undocked from the to Neo Zong. The Republic of Zeon then retreated once they regained control of the Neozong. In the aftermath of the event, the amount of damage caused to the colony became public relations nightmare for the Earth Federation forces, which decided against further deployment of the Narrative Gundam. However, the combat situation later required it to be deployed as the RX-9C Narrative Gundam C-Packs. Yeah. But, funny enough, we do have some variants for the B-Pack, so we have the B2 packs. So, featuring the game Mobile Suit Gundam UC Engage is the Narrative Gundam equipped with the alternative B-Packs featuring a pair of wired shield beam Gatlings. These wired shield beam Gatlings are attached to the same backpack and are used by the original B-Pack. Which, I'm pretty sure you can't play Engage anymore, right?
No, I don't think you can.
No, it says it's ongoing.
Oh, wait. No, that one you can. It's Evolve is the one.
Well, yeah,
you can't
Evolve
play.
you can't. Yeah.
Engage you can, yeah.
But why would you play Engage when SDG Generations exists?
I don't know.
Engage
Maybe you don't like the SD things. I don't know. But even that's SD, isn't it? So
UC Engage, is also US.
So, yeah, I don't know then.
I'm pretty sure. Oh my god, it's still going on. I didn't think this was still going on. No, wait. Is it SD? It's SD. No, it uses real suits. Not real suits, but
I know what you mean.
God, what's the term they use? There's SD for real, or RT, real type. It's a real type game. But it's not like you don't control the suits themselves. You control where they go as far on the battlefield, but it's an automatic like control of like them doing damage, and
it's still like a RTS type deal.
Yeah, kind of. It's weird. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It has unique mobile suits, don't get me wrong, but like meh.
Yeah.
And then it does actually have some notes and trivia here. So the wired nature of the wired guided assault units is similar to the Silver Bullet funnel type or funnel test type wired at large funnels, which the Silver Bullet, if I'm was that in? Yeah, it was in first appears in the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn video game UC MSV. Doesn't the Silver Bullet shows up in Phantom Bullet? Or is that a different mobile suit? I think that might be a different mobile suit. The design notes of the Mobile Suit Gundam Narrative Mechanical Archives Volume 2 mentions that there were originally a plan to show the two small shields connecting to become one large shield in the movie, but it was cut out. Currently, this gimmick has only appeared in the model kits, such as the P-Bandai exclusive B-Packs expansion set for the Narrative Gundam, the Gundam-based limited Narrative Gundam B-Packs, and the P-Bandai exclusive Master Grade Narrative Gundam B-Packs version Kai. In Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations 2, the B-Packs is given the Jigen D-Type's bazooka, as it has no basic handheld weapon. Yeah, because it doesn't have a weapon. It doesn't have a beam rifle or anything. So here, we're going to give you something, just have it in-game.
Have a thing.
By the way, they are adding the Burning Gundam as well as the Freedom to Battle Operations 2, by the way. So
I like how that
the other day.
I like how it like started as
specifically everything was UC. Everything UC.
And now they're like, just have it all. Have everything.
When did they start doing that? What, 2-3 years ago? Out of nowhere, it's like, yeah, they drop like random mobile suits from different timelines, and it's like, okay, interesting.
This didn't make much sense, but okay, I'm on board.
To me, it's weird having melee fighters. Like like Burning Gundam, it doesn't have a beam weapon. It doesn't use handheld weapons. The only thing it has is a beam
one, and it's like, why?
No, it doesn't. Like I watched.
They aren't even giving it that one.
No, it's full straight up melee.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can like fire off like a erupting burning finger kind of a thing, but that's about it. All right, and so now we have this C pack. So, technology and combat characteristics. The C-Pack was the third optional equipment for the RX-9 Narrative Gundam. It is embellished with the Psycho Frame as additional armor. It is also said no such equipment plan originally existed for the mobile suit, resulting in minimal conversions being hastily applied to the mobile suit. Despite its unusual origin, the mobile suit did achieve its concept as an increased amount of Psycho Frame, proving it high extensibility of the Narrative Gundam. This configuration of the mobile suit is also called the Psycho Package, and the Psycho Frame used to create it is independently collected by Luo and Company. Moving into armaments, it has a 60mm Vulcan gun, just like it has in its head. It has a pair of beam sabers stored on the back of the mobile suit, like much of the other Gundam-type mobile suits. Has a beam rifle this time around, so the weapon hastily put together using the RGM 89 Jigen's beam rifle, which has a sight on the top of the rifle and adapts at a vertical E-pack. It is used the same sensor and muzzle as the beam Magnum. Which,
beam Magnum is great.
I love the beam Magnum. I love using that in GB4. I love using it in any mobile suit. Or I don't know if I have the unicorn. No, I think I have the unicorn in battle operations too. But the beam Magnum, if you watch the movie when Menager uses the beam Magnum for the first time, just a graze, not even it's a graze crazy. Of the beam rifle or beam Magnum, it literally kills mobile suits.
Yeah, it's super sick.
So powerful. But it only has the magazine is only I think 5 or 6 shots. It's not much.
Yeah, something like that. It's not a whole lot to it.
And then it has a shield. So a shield with Psycho Frames applied to the front. A beam cannon and 4 missiles are attached to the back. The shield can also be mounted on the mobile suit's backpack. Special equipment features has the core block system as well as the NTD system as well. And then getting into its history, the RX-9 Narrative Gundam was deployed in the Phoenix Hunt operation with 2 optional armaments, the High Mobility A-Pack and the Colony Use B-Packs with wire-guided assault units prepared for it. The mobile suit confronted the RX-0 Unicorn Phoenix with each of these armaments but failed to capture it. While both armaments were destroyed in the process, after the Battle of Metis, the operation was suspended and it was decided that the Narrative Gundam was to be released from Damascus. This was when the C-Packs was attached to the Narrative. The Narrative Gundam C-Packs then headed to its final battle at the Helium-3 storage base, engaging the Neozong alongside the Phoenix. During the battle, the Narrative Psycho Frames glows in a blue hue after receiving Psycho Waves from the Phoenix. As the battle progressed, the Narrative Gundam C-Packs received more damages from the Neozong. In the final rush to free the captured Phoenix, the Gundam lost its head and left a leg, with only the torso intact. Jonah then ejected the Narrative's core fighter, and then he later escaped the core fighter itself so that he could reach the Phoenix. The core fighter was destroyed soon after Jonah escaped. And then other than that, notes and trivia, like the RX-78-2 Gundam, the Narrative Gundam C-Packs lost its head and left arm before being destroyed. It also got its left leg destroyed too. But to be similar to the RX-78, they kind of here's a marriage. Or here's a image of the two being destroyed together.
Yeah.
So that is the Narrative Gundam, which I've only ever seen Narrative once. I need to watch it again, to be honest. I've seen Unicorn a few times.
It's been a really long time.
Yeah, I watched it when it first came out, and then that was it. Yeah, I need to go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it again.
But yeah, cool stuff. You have any final thoughts or anything on the Narrative?
Nothing big I can think of, no.
Fair enough. Well, everyone, hope you all liked this episode. If you want to hear more unique mobile suits or anything like that, let us know in the comments or in the Discord. I know probably we'll have to go over a mass production type next because we have not done enough.
There's so many of them.
There are. We have to do the gem, though. We have to.
The gem, we need to do the gem, for sure.
For sure.
Before we can do any other mass productions, it has to be that one.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
We already did the Zaku, so now we have to do that, and then we can figure it out from there.
Yep, pretty much. Well, everybody, thank you again for listening to the Gundam Lorecast, and remember, pilots, stay safe out there. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.